dey flog. The kenny go tire, they go tire for flogging. They go flog, they go tire. And they say they stop, I say they say I stop.
I mean, people, thank you now. We don't come again for our show Everyday Tori.
We don't come again, oh, with another ogbonge tori wey go sit your belle. Mama, papa, come and carry your chair, make you sit down, oh. As e dey hot, oh, na so we go dey dish am to you. Every day getting old palava, every day getting old wahala. Everyday Tori, come and see. Everyday Tori, oh, come and see. Mama, papa, come and see, oh. Come and my see. Uncle, my auntie, come and see. Hey, come and see.
Everyday Tori, we dey make sense.
The kenny go tire, they go tire for flogging. They go flog, they go tire. And they say they stop, I say they say I stop.
I mean, people, thank you now. We don't come again for our show Everyday Tori.
We don't come again, oh, with another ogbonge tori wey go sit your belle. Mama, papa, come and carry your chair, make you sit down, oh. As e dey hot, oh, na so we go dey dish am to you. Every day getting old palava, every day getting old wahala. Everyday Tori, come and see. Everyday Tori, oh, come and see. Mama, papa, come and see, oh. Come and my see. Uncle, my auntie, come and see. Hey, come and see.
Everyday Tori, we dey make sense.
Francis,
my people now well done. No, this na Everyday Tori for Leadership TV. Na me, your one and only V. As they be, no be only me dey here. Oh, Kule full ground.
Well, people, we welcome now. I dey young because I dey tired.
Kule to the chop. Oh,
I also walk.
no be walk. Now go chop in the chop.
Now you know that one, no. My people, we welcome now to the show today, and we bring better comfort now today. Just stay with us. You can enjoy us. We don't stand that gidigba for now. We dey here for now. Just wait for us.
Francis dey here. Oh.
Well, on a day, how on a weekend take go? Not say yesterday I know they around. Just like say make I take small rest, make I go follow Kunle enjoy wetin dey chop for house.
That's so now.
I hope say una don ready for us today. Today we'll carry ogbonge gist come for una. So me una just like chillax, hear wetin go sweet una here.
Francis, now relax. Me, I don't know. I know you waiting me. Which one we relax?
You know say they follow trend thing.
Now be old school.
Now I understand.
My people, now welcome to our show today. As I look at me today, we want to carry come here. I would like to follow us through the matter because now we concern everybody with this matter. This matter will concern man and woman. Though if you not be man, you will be woman. Even if you not be man, if you get brother be man, your partner man, your uncle na man. Your guy for office now, man. You're schooling now, my colleague now, man. Me, I be woman. So no matter how you be, the matter I won't carry come today, it will concern you. So we'll let more follow us through key treatment for this story, my people. This matter, we call it talk say now, wow, now you hear say every day for marriage, gbege, pack load, go. No, you will kill me today. Oh, we can't define and say most of these things when they are for marriage is now. Now because say the man, woman before they marry, they don't really agree. Say okay, our career, we'll see how we'll do, and we'll enter marriage level 2. So they'll come marry finish now. Get gbege. Maybe the man a banker when the man be saying she wear mini skirt, they wear high heel, they do swagger they go, and the man say fall in love with her. The man come marry finish and say no, this is your bank work, you will stop him. Or maybe the man they travel everywhere or they go outside the country, they buy the woman things. So whenever marry, you come marry finish and the man say no, this is travel, no way go because girls go they follow you, they come they fight for house. So we even say some women also okay, the man also okay, make them lead the work, they will come lead the work. Before you know, hunger will come enter depression. When I say to man don't die because heart attack because things not come there as be before because of marriage. Then we come dey ask, so this kind of thing dey happen now for marriages. So say go good make intending couples they carry their two chests down, carry paper and biro, enter agreement, say okay, as one marriage, so on top of our career, see how the level will be. They go agree for the enter marriage. I mean they will wait make they enter the marriage before they come they enter gbege. How una say Akule? Marriage counselor, how you say?
Make Francis talk first.
They don't carry, they give you because
I go shoot man for this matter. Make fine. I want to hear Francis. I want to hear Francis' view.
We want to hear your view.
Okay. The thing we say now about career before marriage. So nobody for this kind of economy we dey now, nobody want career we no go give her money, or nobody want marry person when in career no go dey enough to fend for the family.
Especially as the woman where Francis be.
Now even we will be women, we know they even like marry woman, we know they work again, like woman, we know they do business again, because money for this country don't hard to get. So the thing we say before you marry,
Francis don't confess.
You know why they talk? You know why they laugh? Right? Somebody won't do something with somebody. So they one day ask, say, how much the person will collect, how much you will do. The man won't tell her, say, okay, you know, say things don't cost now. That thing, I don't go feed you for that amount. So that's why when you talk now and say, if person won't marry, you know, as that didn't make me remember that thing. That's why they like this man.
so for people who won't marry, to talk about their career, they're very, very important for marriage. If you want to make marriage last, because most people we don't hear reports. People will divorce, people will break up. Most of them now because of career about their marriage. You go talk say, I marry person will be banker. Whereas you be businessman. And you know, say for that banker career, she feel no they get time, take care of family. She feel come on work early by 7, she don't come on, she no go even drop kids off. Now if you go drop them, because bank expect and make she resume by 8.
Before 8.
You go come before 8, come resume work
8.
exactly 8. So make they no come find you or touch your salary. You be businessman, okay. Now if you be say you get maid for house, they come they help you, they do them, they care for the kids. You be business, they come they complain, say this my wife work. They take time. She no even get attention for you again. She no get time for kids. She no get time for house or arrange things with the house. But now all these things are wetin una suppose don discuss. If una discuss them before marriage, it go help reduce, maybe make I just use word like crisis wey go come up from the marriage. If una no talk am before, na there go come here say my wife, I don't know wetin I do, and she fit be say she don't fall out of love with me. But now maybe na her work. And some people wey just choose say they won't be career women or career men, we go leave their marriage. So you know, say for this life, it's either you choose your career or you choose your marriage.
That's so.
To balance the two of them, you go hard. Now, except say you get superpower, you can't be commander or Jackie where you go they combine.
Let me say they hard. Now just if you get person say get understanding, you understand. So
now they understand the way they supposed to understand before they marry.
You see, Francis, this matter, and that's why I say I won't hear you before I will talk. Number one, for women, it's not too difficult to balance career and work.
Career and work.
Sorry, career and marriage. It's not difficult to balance career and marriage, but it also difficult. It's not difficult on one hand. It also difficult on another hand. But I tell you, you say wetin?
I want to say it's difficult. You know, be like say you won't come put down for them in a position where you go to say no, difficult.
Wait now. Wait now. You will agree with me now. Say no, difficult. If I finish waiting, I want to talk. On one hand, it difficult. Okay. On another hand, it no difficult. Why I talk say it no difficult. On one hand, we say if you have understanding husband, okay, husband will understand. You know, go there, it go make things easy for you. But if you don't get understanding husband or understanding wife, because this thing go 2 ways. As it did for man, that's so it did for woman. So if the two of them understand themselves, that's why they will tell you before say marriage now for men, not for boys, not for children. And me, I expect that anybody when they go into marriage must be matured enough to handle some of these things. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. So if you ask me, I would say on one hand it's difficult, on one hand it's not difficult, depending on who you marry, depending on the understanding between the two of them. In fact, the most important thing, see as Francis they look my mouth because I'm making sense.
You the lecture, Francis. You the lecturer.
So the truth is that that's why it is very important make person marry or make person mature before you go marry. Some people just grow, they're not mature. Because if you are not mature, you know if it takes so many things. But if you are matured, some things where your spouse go do, ordinarily you would have reacted. But on the other hand, you just say, let me just allow it.
Sometimes they
and the truth is that in marriage, you have to allow Francis as they look my mind, they shy.
You don't be shy for your fellow man.
So what did I try to talk be say? If in marriage you have to, as a man, as a woman, not be everything you have to react to. If you must react to everything, you will get problem inside marriage.
You go get IDP.
Only wait, I make you not deviate.
I don't deviate. No, I don't deviate.
They say everything. Not the things for marriage plenty where. They say I do, me say I do all. So now this career when I would do now. You know why I thought say sometimes people feel get maturity, but sometimes maybe na envy, jealousy, feel make them come back.
It's part of maturity.
I get people say I know.
Let me tell you something. Wait, before you go finish. Wait, make I cut you. Make I won't cut you. You see?
Which knife?
you see, you are talking about jealousy and envy now. For me, for a husband that is mature and understanding, that's why I talked before now, say the two of them, the level of maturity depends, will go a long way to determine their marriage. Look at it from this angle. I don't expect that you are my wife now. You are succeeding. I go come dey envy you. I go come dey jealous your success. No, wetin I go do be say I will support you to even go greater, to even go higher.
That one because you be cool.
Now they tell you now. Now they tell you say. Understanding, maturity, and so many things come into play. No be say my wife or the husband go they do very well in his career. The husband go they suspect and say whether they carry women. Things like that. Now they destroy marriage now.
I get person say I know, but this guy when say guy mature, this guy they mature. People they give a hand. If you want me person when say they mature, handle your matter. They'll say I go meet that guy because guy get. But this guy come marry him to marry mature lady as you understand, mature lady. But before they marry, the lady was doing well. He then told this jewelry business, so she tried to go north. They do told allergies. They say buy gold, you understand? And she was a big head. So the guy now marry him. When they marry finish now, he come begin to complain. Say no, they say the way they travel every time. They follow the allergies. You know they comfortable. Because maybe lady stop the business. Say because not too much of.
They are not mature. The guy is not mature.
It's not about maturity now.
Wait, now jealousy don't come in so may don't say the men which they deal with too plenty and allergies them. So you not just trust the relationship between the wife and those men. But before they marry, you trust the relationship. Now they don't marry now, you don't begin to put eye for the relationship between the man, the girl, and those are partners, business partners. So maybe the lady quit the business. She can't stop that business, can't go, they do one more business later. But at the end of the day, that marriage crash. You understand? The lady now can't lose her
job.
You understand? Her business just to make marriage work. At the end, marriage don't still work. You understand? A girl that one I give me say I still know me say the guy, even though say this guy na banker before he want marry the girl. You not also know if you marry banker that time. He can't marry the girl finish now. Come to the guy say now this is your bank work. I cannot marry a banker. Can you imagine? This person don't know for years in a banker. I don't date for years. Now you can't marry finish now. Because I cannot marry a banker. Because make the lady quit the banking job. Saying go look for work for the lady for local government. This guy, you don't work with for local government. In fact, 30K they pay him, 30K.
30,000.
They pay him. So now, I was when banking job was really lucrative that time. I'm saying, guys, for bank.
It's still lucrative.
So now that girl they make money for the bank work. You they collect a small allowance salary. You say the lady leave the work. Say you go find work for her. Why you never find for yourself if it's easy? Wait now, you get involve the family for the matter. They come say she no fit lead the job. Family come say marriage, say na husband they decide. If your husband say make you lead the job and leave am, this girl can't go resign for the work. The person will tell me this thing, and the person best friend, this girl best friend. She said after about a year, see the girl, you know am again.
That's so.
She come begin dey hide from her friends because her life come turn upside down. She come begin say her things, come say her car, things come go up. You understand? Things come dey rough. Come dey say her things, come begin beg her friends for money, come dey mock her. Before you know, she come from Abuja and locate to the guy town. Come dey there, before you know, this girl, so she was sick one time, so even go hospital, no money. And so she die.
The lady died. You see, if you one thing about marriage, we say marriage will do two things to you, whether the man or the woman. It is either marriage make you
or it mar you.
It's either marriage make you or it destroy you. Depend. Look at this lady now. They just destroy her beautiful career. That is
name of
just. This is a perfect example. In fact, with this one, we just talk now. I don't need to say anything more because and the reason why many young people they fall into this kind of error, we see that time I go say maybe then they in love.
The love will blind their eyes.
Blind their eyes. That one I want and for me, if anybody is going into marriage, you need to open your eyes. You need to let your head calculate. In fact, some things that you don't believe in, don't go for it. If you don't believe it, don't go for it. Yes, because some people will tell you, say they are exercising faith. Now that faith leads some people into problem in their marriage. Now we see then they battle with whatever they are battling with. So for me I feel say this career thing where we dey talk now, before you go into marriage, man and woman, they're supposed to sit down. Even the Bible talks, say, if anybody is going to do anything, you should first sit down, count the cost before embarking on it. So what I'm trying to say, when I try to talk, say, before anybody, whether man or woman, go into marriage, sit down, count the cost. This person who I want to marry, will I be able to live with him for the rest of my life? Then, apart from that, discuss the issue of career.
Very important.
Very, very important. Whether you want your wife to continue the work when they do, whether you want her to go into business from the beginning.
Make agreement.
Spell it out. Yes. Spell it out. Say, now this one I would like you to do. And maybe after marriage, you have to stop this job. Then I will set you up. Blah, blah, blah. And make sure if your husband says he's going to set you up, make sure he don't set you up before you go resign. Yes. Make sure say he don't set you up. The thing is there. You just resign, enter the other new business. Now, so
I don't say some other cases, some kind of work when you say people they do, they carry them, they transfer from one place to another. Some women feel marry maybe woman now. I don't say the man work if he transfer him anytime. You not complete that time. You come marry finish now. The man say okay, don't transfer. Say I want to go anywhere. I must remember for where I did. For the family will come inside the matter. But they don't start for family. I don't maybe say the man coming to leave the woman for Abuja. Come go where the transfer and go. Before you know, you can't carry that woman for there. Don't marry that woman for there. This woman now come dey for here. Come park, go village with the children. Wait happen say because the man say they must leave Abuja. She don't leave Abuja. So when you marry the man, say the man work, make can transfer. They can't transfer. You understand? I think that one they fair iron those things out for them marry. Maybe she for not come up later. You understand? The other thing that maybe the woman now, okay, she say your wife now banker and also her work she come out for us in the morning. You as a man, you don't say okay, if my wife they leave us, they go work that early morning. I go need her help. I go need nanny for my children because me too I will assist. You know, till that time, you can't wait. When the woman don't born, finish wait now. Your man come for Mugo. Your man come say, which kind of marriage your woman they come up for us in the morning? You will say you marry the woman. You come.
Yoruba talk say. If I want to wash my hand now, this hand now, if I want to wash it, maybe I eat about, I eat something, I wash it like this. You know, go clean enough than make I wash hand. If I wash hand like this, it go clean better. So the point is, what I try to talk, we say, for man and woman, if they scratch their back, wash their hands together.
I say 2 hands, wash 2 hands, thing will clean.
It go clean. They will get better results if they work together, do things together. Make I give you an example. For example, let me say the wife they work for bank now. We say you know get time. maybe
We only
to
use
go
bank
drop-
as example.
Huh?
Only bank work. Now
no, yeah, even bank work they very,
And we only
very
use bank as example. There are many other places. Say you
yes.
say you're very
Even
tight.
at this our work too, they
They're
very
very tight.
tasking. Yes.
If you want cook nap, just on your gas, one put food, or just go say breaking news. You off your gas, face the news.
Let me tell you, if I did inside church, I did press my phone.
Even me. One day,
Some people will not understand that you did inside church, you did press phone. They not go understand. I can't tell somebody one day. I say, if I be pastor of this church now, if I be pastor for church now, maybe something happened, Buhari died, for example. I have to leave to go and look, get this report. Yes, I have to leave that service, to go. Yes. So sometimes when I press for my phone inside church, people no go understand.
Say,
They no go. They go say you did inside church, you dey press phone, but they don't know why you dey press your phone. It's because of the nature of your job. So wetin I dey try talk be say, we just deviated from this one because of wetin talk. So no be only bank work they asking, but now we can readily lay our hands on. Let me give an example. Say the wife they work for bank now, and maybe the husband they work for somewhere else, or let me just say the husband a government worker. Nothing stops the husband. Nothing stops the husband from going to pick the children from taking the children to school in the morning and bringing them back later in the afternoon. Because of course the wife no get time,
and the wife money too. Now the family the money they come into.
And of course the money they put
and
resources
the
together.
Family too.
And this one where we they talk. If my wife they work for bank, for example, and I go drop the children, go take them, it is part of building a career. It's part of it because it will make her to concentrate better. I don't know whether you understand what I say, but a station where you did bank, and today my children, tomorrow my children, tomorrow they go sack you. So go and face your children.
Because they're for you.
See, the thing we say.
I they come. I quickly give one example. You go talk. I they come. Maybe this one, the last one from me. I will talk for time don't go. Our time don't go now. I will talk to somebody the other day. The person was they say they complain about housework. Say na him make am late for work. I'm not telling say now because na government work you dey do. If na private sector, nobody will listen to you. Now you go arrange yourself. I said now you go arrange yourself to know how you go fix everything and then still go to work without being late. That's what I tell them. So let me allow
some men, friends, I forget that. But some men maybe when they start new, they will agree to all these things. So okay, no problem. But some men later on, maybe the woman they get money pass them, and then where they come from. Person tell me say, girl, maybe say if the wife buy new phone now, the next day the man will go buy the same product. When the wife buy,
the man they behave like woman.
If the wife buy car, the man will change the car to that. You know
are they competing?
No,
competition they do for
that
house.
one if you be saying mental sickness.
No, No. I go say, I don't know whether make I talk say the two of them they pay. I been only the man.
No, the man they
one of
compete with
them
the wife.
the
The man they compete. Some people say wife.
They do male chauvinism, say one show, say na him be oga pata of it. But that one another thing for another day. But you see this career of a thing. Now why did they advise people always make them try dates for a long time before they go?
How long?
You know, they specific now. How you?
See,
you
like
Francis,
15 years.
Francis, forget that thing.
Now if you want to study, I'm like course for university.
Francis, that girl they say the girl died at last, but they say that her friend tell me said she and that guy dated for over 5 years.
See, if you know, say people know they like take responsibility of waiting they do. If you say when they date, you should not sit down, look how the kind life, the kind guy they live, the kind way where the guy they take make decisions, the kind things when they do.
Because so people pretend though.
People feel they pretend. But the guys you go take give date with person go even do waiting expecting if you do. Because it guys where your pretense they reach. Pretense you go pretend one day you can't show your true self. You go say you know go no say na what you do. So I feel say as now if you be say you go to ask them about career, how na go take manage family and career, manage business and career, and then the family too. You go on they tell you say everything fine, say nothing go happen, say it go help you. But one day if you use waiting maybe trending issue or opinion of waiting, go ask them your opinion. Now your opinion about something. go fit tell you say the kind of person wey him be. No be like necessary say you go just come, sit down, we wan talk about career and family. No be so they
Yes, you go just throw something.
wey
Yeah,
dey
wetin
happen.
you wan talk about.
Under angle to this issue be say sometimes, but maybe you and husband and wife now, una agree on our own. Maybe the wife work now, maybe the thing dey tasking. You now as the man, you can't compromise, you understand, to make the home go.
No,
then maybe your lady can't come your house, your man can't come your house. Constant and you the kind of go school. Your mom come begin to talk. Which kind and because of house boy for house, so you want come begin to complain, say how your wife will come they do oga, they go work, you come pick up and down. Sometimes I just want to start from family interference.
Now the reason why sometimes some of these things you don't allow interference from outsiders. The way they do nothing, way they work for them, way they work for you. You see, I tell some people something. I say, if I do something and they work for me, I'm doing something and it's working for me. For me, now stupidity to change from doing that thing because people are complaining.
That's your opinion.
I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because people are complaining about it, it's working for me. But because people are, and I'm happy, it's working for me and I'm happy. And because people are complaining, I now change. It's for me, it's stupidity on my part. So this one where you talk now, whatever it is, if whatever they are doing in their homes and it is working for them, whatever anybody says, for them to change is stupidity.
It's still better to maturity. Depending on how mature the man, they to feel stand family. So men when come say I'm that they're very petting. Once their mama say enter home, my mama say make I enter home, they will enter. You understand? So if you marry myself, this is my man. I have the mind thing when we talk, we don't agree. But when the mama don't talk, not be that your husband be get them again. You don't change because nothing to be mama for any reason. There was that kind of thing before.
It don't happen, but now all these things boils down to just before you marry, discuss everything, know the kind of person you want to marry.
Exactly. Thank you, Francis.
If marriage
that
don't
means
enter,
mommy's boy, not concern mommy's boy for
and
husband.
if marriage can't enter, because if anything you know feel correct during relationship, if you enter marriage, you go hard. You know if you change them, you know if you change them.
If you date difficult,
don't even talk say it's difficult. You know if you change them, and if you see say anything we wanna they go through the marriage, come no be waiting to agree before. And if it lead to waiting they call violence, for carry your life, JJ walk out of the marriage. Forget all this way they talk marriage do or die. Marriage do or die na where you get your life. So if the thing agreement no come they agree again and if it lead to violence, just carry your life comot.
I talk another time, but I'll say if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So if they go into marriage, no matter the marriage carry cloth tie your eye, thing blend you reach. No matter how sweet you reach, you know honey thing they inside the relationship. Before you say I do, don't say once you say I do, you mean say you do all. So before you say I do, open your eye where we make you reason well, sit down, plan where.
Make sure so you do well. What is that?
Make you plan where before you enter marriage. Because when you don't say I do finish, come find and say you never plan before you do. Let me say you don't plan to fail with that. So my people, as it be so, make we shine our top marriage and career matter. We thank you now. So tomorrow at the same time again, we come on that hot story. More and join us again. Now bye, Gary.
Now bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word. Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact